Atma Malik and my humble pranams to everyone. With a calm mind, one can get absorbed in contemplation and divine remembrance of the Supreme Lord. And such a seeker experiences the phenomenal state of Atma. Today, we'll understand these two very important points, that is, calmness of the mind and importance of unbroken, continual, and consistent practice of meditation. The one whose mind is in peace and relaxation, and whose life is dedicated to a certain spiritual practice, such a person will be able to attain Atma. And it's worth noting because just listening to the words of wisdom is not enough for your transformation. And when you are in the presence of a Sadguru, the one who is no less than Atma, and that moment you receive not only his words but also his grace and divine presence. This unexplainable grace works in mysterious ways that's only meant for you to experience personally. However, the condition is that you need to be in the presence of Sadguru with complete faith and meditate with single pointed attentiveness, focusing on His form in your heart. Otherwise, if the mind is distracted, restless, and there is no faith in the Master, then you will be unable to make the most of such wonderful opportunities. And there are intellectuals who keep on comparing a living Sadguru's word with the words of the dead masters. And in all this comparison, they miss out what the living Sadguru is actually saying or trying to teach. Whose mind are scattered or who cannot sit still, they miss out on this valuable association of being in the presence of a master. And these are the basic requirements that one should fulfill before expecting any miraculous changes in life. I see many people sitting with closed eyes, allegedly meditating, but their faces show the restless state of their minds. For example, if the mind is wandering here and there will be corresponding movements in the eyelids and the pupils too, because there is a deep connection between the mind and the eye pupils. That is why, through the practice of Tratak, one stresses on stabilizing the pupils. And there are many more practices in spirituality about this. Also, pranayam helps a lot in taking the control of the mind. And I say this with my own experience. Just breathing in and throwing it out is not pranayam. Through the breath, the focus is to be brought upon the prana, the vital force, the cosmic life force. Having a command on holding the breath and then focusing on the Atma Swarup shows how perfect one is in pranayam. See, you can't get precious gems in exchange for pennies, can you? You have to pay the appropriate price if you want to purchase the precious objects. So, if you keep on practicing all that what has been told here, then it is possible that with consistent practice, a time may come when you will become eligible of being called a sadhak or a seeker. Therefore, you need to understand what meditation practice involves. Being able to sit still and to still the body in one position in a particular asana is the initial preparation or the first step. Secondly, knowing how to breathe and giving it a direction. And third is stilling the mind by focusing on the form of our enlightened master, of our Sadguru in our heart. And this should be the framework of your meditation practices too. See, in order to maintain a flame in a lamp, you need to ensure that the hand holding it is still. Otherwise, the oil will spill and it may even douse the flame. So, the mind should not wander anywhere. And remember, if you keep on thinking, when will I get some divine experience or a divine dream or attain self realization, even this is an indication of the dispersed state of the mind. Even these thoughts should be totally absent. Be present in the present moment only. Also, Sadguru is much important in life until you aren't connected well within. Because you cannot randomly pick and choose the spiritual practices. The master will guide you as to which practices are appropriate for you. For example, it will be pointless for a person whose mind is full of anger to practice mantra chanting. So one should ask the master for guidance, as he alone knows your capabilities. And surely that will strengthen your hold on your mind and help you sit longer for meditation. Atma Malik.